Vampires, a collection of beings, some of whom feed and lust after the taste of blood, allowing it to seduce them and give them incredible strength. Originally, they came to their new world during a cataclysmic event known as the Conjunction of the Spheres, an incident that forced many different creatures and monsters into a single world. They appeared first through a portal that opened in the caverns miles deep under the ground, below the land that is now known as Toussaint, a place of beauty and wine. Over the years they descended from three different clans. The Garasham were those who remained in the west, Umarum took to their ships venturing beyond the sea, and Tedet who looked to the Blue Mountains and headed east. There are many different types of vampire, many who share certain traits, many who succumb to their primal instincts, and many that even live among humans unnoticed and disturbed. There are tales and myths surrounding vampires, those that say garlic, holy water and stakes through the heart will kill them. But in reality, vampires are impressive and near unkillable beings, capable of regenerating health, regrowing lost limbs, and even coming back after their body has been completely destroyed. Granted, not all are as impressive, and some are simply monsters driven by only their want for blood, whereas those that are higher vampires have no need for it, it being something closer to an addiction for them like wine or a drug. But throughout all the variants, from high to low, blood has the same effect on every vampire. It makes them stronger, gives them speed, strength, and a deep hunger to feed. Lower vampires are dangerous and are never to be taken lightly, as a human life is insignificant and easily stolen. Their want for blood is monstrous and is needed for their own survival. Only the higher vampire have an understanding among humans and live within their cities as one of their own. They are unlike their primitive cousins, wanting only to live their life quietly instead of hiding in the shadows of a cave awaiting the next victim. They are intelligent and incredible beings, able to manipulate animals and men, live for hundreds of years, and transform into their natural bat-like look. Not even a witcher can at first detect a high vampire, as they are masters of becoming a part of their environment. However, they cast no shadows and have no reflection when faced with a mirror, telltale signs that give them away. But in the end, those that live in the cities are no real threat to humans unless turned savage or cannot control their instincts for blood and their need to feed. As for the various types of vampire, they range from those hidden in the shadows to those walking the streets. The lower and primal cousins are Fledders, Garkins, the Ekamara, and the Katakans, and that is not even including all their own variants. All can be found in Toussaint, and some are even present throughout the northern realms, many close or inside cities, and a majority of the latter living within dark and murky caves. Many like to hunt during a full moon, as it is a time in which their powers are at their fullest, and they are even more capable killers than usual. Upon killing a lower vampire, you can find an assortment of items useful in alchemy and crafting, many things from monster parts to mutagens, but exclusively vampire fangs and vampire saliva. The opposite and intelligent vampires are such creatures as Alps, the Bruxa, Mueller, and higher vampires which are a variant in themselves. The first three are normally those who look to be women, ordinary at first but quick to change into deadly, fast and furious beings that strike with incredible strength. The Bruxa being able to turn invisible, all jumping and striking from afar, regenerating at absurd speeds. But like most higher vampires, they live among humans and do not disturb or hunt unless provoked or addicted to blood. They can be found throughout the land, Toussaint being special as it is the place of their arrival, but they do wander and appear in many corners of the world. Unlike monsters, the bite of a silver sword does not hurt vampires to the same extent, although the lower vampires are less hardy to its sting. There are a few potions and brews that can be useful when tackling all types of vampires, the first being Black Blood, a potion that makes the drinker's blood toxic to them, so that when hit or bitten the vampire will deal more damage to itself than to its attacker. There is also the Moondust Bomb, useful against those with invisibility, Devil's Puffball Bomb, which will release a cloud of poison upon detonation. Vampire oils can also be applied to blades, to which there are various different qualities, the higher being better. The flames from the Igni sign are always useful to the lower classes of vampires, and as vampires have such an incredible regeneration rate, it is important to constantly attack and never let them rest. That is why poison and fire are such perfect weapons, for they will continuously damage a vampire even after the initial blow. But quick and effective striking are the main players in winning a fight against any vampire, and making sure you constantly attack it and making sure you never let down so that the vampire will constantly bleed and constantly take damage before it's able to regenerate. But finally, vampires are, in the end, an ancient race, some dangerous and some not, and throughout the centuries they watch the human world and continue with their lives just as every other creature does in the rest of the world. And that is it, guys. I had to construct this video a little differently to my other ones because of the amount of information, the overall number of different variants, and I think it would just be too overwhelming to talk about each one individually, so I tried to make it so that I could generalize a little and give a basic but informative outline for every different character. And sorry for this video taking so long. The main reason is that I did write an entire script in which there was roughly 2,000 words. I edited it all, I recorded it all, but it felt bloated, and in the end I just didn't like the way it worked, so I ended up with this shorter video, which is, in my opinion, much better and much more simple and easier to understand. But thank you so much for watching. Honestly, these videos get so much positive feedback and I love that people want me to keep making them, and it's just awesome to have that because there is a lot of effort that goes into these. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll have more videos coming out. So if you enjoyed this, please share it with your friends, like it and subscribe to get updated when I release another video. And until the next time, this has been OkGov, and you guys go and have a good day. Willy Wonka.